Welcome to Plausible Foolishness. I'm Matt. I've got opinions on stuff.
Hey, my name's Ray, and I've got opinions on things as well. Matt.
Ray.
I'm fired up today, man.
Cool.
You know why I'm fired up today? I've been doing this TikTok thing for a little bit, man, trying to build this thing up. We've been doing 5 weeks of it. I've got my, the viewers.
Your strong one, right?
My strong one. My strong one. STWROG1 account on TikTok.
Got it, man.
Dude, I can't spell. I'm from Ohio, dude. We do math. We don't do spelling.
Oh, really interesting.
We're good at math.
Let's go.
Ohioans are good at math, man. We're good at, we just can't spell. Anyways, I'm a little fired up today. I was challenged by the good Lord himself to change what I was putting into my mind, to look at things differently. And what I found was when I stopped looking in the typical conservative directions, I really expanded my view. I expanded it. I could see more of the world, you know what I mean? Okay. And as these things were going on, I noticed something very, very interesting. A couple observations. One, the mainstream media that is controlled by 6 different organizations, only 6, just being real with you, 6 organizations, has you fixated on things that absolutely have nothing to do with anything at all. They've got you excited and fired up and titillated for Barr, Attorney General Barr. They got you fired up that he had to go in front of Congress, and basically Congress did what they always do, which is not actually legislate, but interrogate and terrorize Orange Man. That's all they do. And the entire mainstream media is fixated on this.
And then they held him contempt when they didn't even issue a subpoena.
Interesting.
How's that possible? Can you explain that?
And
he volunteered to go meet in front of them, and then said, "You know what? Actually, I'm not going to do that because you're scumbag losers." They're like, "We're going to hold you in contempt." Well, you can't actually do that. You didn't subpoena me.
Yeah. When you made that voice, you sounded like the Hawaii senator. That's absolutely ridiculous. But anyways,
Mazie
Hirono, you were the worst senator of all time. Anyways, all time.
Well, she is a senator. Yeah,
AOC
is a representative.
Yeah, good old AOC. But anyways, I'm a little fired up because. But the good news is it's kept me from that bull crap. That doesn't mean anything because newsflash, there was no collusion. There was no, and if there's no crime, there's no obstruction. It's over. So you're relitigating something that's been going on for 2 years. You are now the crazy ex-girlfriend. Let it go, man. He's just not that into you. Orange Man doesn't care about Russia. I know that's what you wanted. But he didn't cheat on you. You just got crazy, and he quit on you. So guess what? That's the summation of what's going on. And now you're attacking Barr? You're trying to bring Mueller in to testify a report that he already put out? I mean, I don't know how much more information he can give other than 400 pages worth of documentation that said no obstruction, no collusion. What else can you say? What else can you say? And the people are holding on to this like nobody's business. And you got cats like Shapiro and all these dudes that are fixated on this stuff that's not even relevant. Nobody cares about that in America. You don't care about it. You know why you don't care about it? You're watching us right now live. And that's the craziness. Joe Quad, love that, by the way. I can't say that on the radio, but you can check out the Strong One page and all that fun stuff like that. But long story short, nobody cares. You know what else nobody cares about? And this is how you know. The battle's over. The culture war has lost. This is what it is. It's a word.
It is a word. It's also a word that would most likely get us in violation of community standards.
Yeah, I've already gotten a community strike on TikTok already, so I already got that this week, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
We're legit.
We're streaming live on TikTok right now, so make sure you switch over on TikTok, man. But anyways, long story short, now we're talking about Trump losing billions of dollars, as if nobody knew that ever happened. Reality is this.
Yeah, 30 years ago he did this.
30 years ago. And not only did he admit it, he wrote a book about it, and on the very first season of The Apprentice, the most popular thing he's ever done, admitted that he lost, but he came back and won bigly. I think Big League or Big Lee?
Big Lee.
Big League or Big Lee?
No, it's definitely Big Lee.
Big Lee?
Lee.
Big Lee.
Yeah, he said big.
Big Lee. Anyways, that's what he said. So here's the deal. The New York Times is posting this as if it's a new revelation. And Don Lemon over there in CNN is acting like, oh, this is a new, oh, this is, our Trump is, Trump's such a loser.
Clearly he's been in a position that would make a man corrupted and blah, blah, blah. Like they're trying to...
And here's the thing, when people talk
so
about that,
pathetic.
They've never run a business.
No.
Ever.
No.
Ever. And I can say this because I've run a business, still do.
AOC tweeted earlier about this, about him being, this losing $1 billion will put you in a position to be corrupted. And I retweeted her with a comment saying, you'd think a person who has been accused of funneling like $1 million to her boyfriend from her campaign would be less quick to accuse people of other financial crimes. You know what I mean?
100%. You'd think that, but you know what? It's called projection. We've done that on the show many times. If the left's ever accusing the right of something, it's because they're doing it already.
For sure.
They're already doing it.
Yeah.
So here's the reality situation. I do not care, and Plausible Foolishness, we're going to take a hard stand here. We don't care. Where's it at? I gotta find it. If you're not on YouTube. We don't care about the Mueller report anymore. It's over. We don't care. We're not going to give it a second of airtime. I'm sorry. I'm not going to Ben Shapiro this to death, all right? I don't care about tax returns from 30 years ago that the guy admitted and wrote a book about. I don't care. I care about things that are really happening in America, real situations. And that's what brings us to the topic of what's going on tonight, which is... let me set this up before I even say the title. The greatest president of all time, the Messiah of all presidents, the second in coming of Jesus Christ, Barack Hussein Obama, always stated, and that's complete sarcasm, by the way, we don't believe that at all here at Plausible Foolishness.
What?
Where's it at? What?
Oh, no.
We don't believe that. But he would always say, you don't want to be on the wrong side of history. You don't want to be on the wrong side of history. Well, the Dems, unfortunately... As if he knew what that was. Oh, man, he's going to get ripped in history. He's going to get ripped. Fast and Furious, Benghazi.
I wonder about that, though.
It failed
they say it's the victor who writes the history books. And I'm like, actually, it's the leftist nerds who sit in...
write the textbooks?
In halls of... The esteemed halls of academia.
Oh,
writing textbooks, lying about our actually history.
Yeah.
That write the history books.
Sure.
So, I'm a little concerned about that.
Just a little.
He should get ripped a new one in history books.
He should. And hopefully he does. But, to the point. He said, you don't want to be on the wrong side of history. Well, I think that's the definition of the left right now. They have assumed the position of the wrong style. They have found wrong style. And if you're not watching this on YouTube right now, make sure you switch over there right now. If you're on TikTok, go like and subscribe on there. They're on the wrong side of everything. And they're on the wrong side of everything that actually matters to real Americans. We're real Americans. We actually live in America. And there's a public service announcement. Now, on TikTok...
Every man.
It's all right, we're wrestling nerds. Anyways... Here's the cool thing. We've been accused many a times on TikTok. I have, personally. I don't know if you've run into this yet, but apparently I am a Russian bot.
I get my information from Russian bots.
Gotcha. You get your information from Russian bots?
I get my information from you.
Gotcha.
The Russian bot.
And I am a Russian bot, so das vidanya. Anyways, my point is this. I'm not a Russian bot. I'm a normal dude. I'm one of the people that you don't like. A cisgendered male. And I know you don't.
And I'm even worse because I'm white.
And he's white, so that's even worse. And you got a little bit of Jew in you, so you're double. It's double bad. They really don't like this.
Really hates me.
Omar hates your guts. You know those like
through and through, doubly so.
You know those dartboards they have in like. They have a picture of you, Matt. They're like that white cis male Jew, and he's a Christian, and we're Christians. Dear Lord, it's terrible.
Gosh.
We're really bad. We're not Easter worshipers. We're actually Christians.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: they really hate us. They really, truly hate us. So here's the deal: they're just on the wrong side of everything right now. Real things that matter. We live in Florida. We happen to have a lot of people from the country of Venezuela that live here. Weird. We run into people from Venezuela every single day.
There's Hispanics in Florida?
Oh, weird. There are Hispanics in Florida.
All over.
Crazy. And you know what's funny?
I grew up in Miami.
You know what's... Yeah, Miami.
Yeah, Miami,
the
northern
only,
Cuba.
The only white guy in Miami.
Pretty much. One of the very few left.
So here's the deal.
Of course, I left, actually, so I don't... Yeah. I'm not one of the few left.
Cis is the new N-word. Capital works. Capital. Yeah, we're friends. We're really, really friends now. So you're the man. But anyways, hello. Well, thanks for joining us on TikTok. Now here's the deal. Real deal spiel. Okay. There's a lot of Hispanics here in Florida, and wouldn't you know it, that none of them actually want socialism. None of them do. Because the people that make it here,
maybe like the third generation person here who just doesn't know anything because they've been living in the lap of luxury their entire lives.
Yeah. I mean, here's
anybody who's really been through it.
Yes.
In these countries.
Yes.
Like Cuba, like Venezuela.
Yes.
They don't want it.
Yeah.
They don't want it at all.
Yeah.
Especially Venezuelans right now. I mean,
no, there was nothing to it.
Oh, Venezuela's, first before it was Venezuela's great. Now they're running over their citizens, and now it's just they just didn't do socialism right.
Yeah. And here's the thing, it's an echo chamber of stupidity, and that's what the left does. We've conceived this idea of socialism in our liberal arts, whatever, bullcrap, and the reality is when you actually are presented with real people, because here's the deal, we're real Americans, that's the difference between us and Ben Shapiro. We don't live in LA in this bubble, okay? We're not Tucker Carlson in DC. We're not whatever. We're real dudes that live in real Florida. So we actually interact with real Hispanics. And the funny thing is we have Cubans that live here too. Mm-hmm. Ask a Cuban in Miami how he feels about Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
Socialism, communism. How do you feel about it?
If he's an original immigrant or first generation, you're definitely 100% going to be like, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
We don't want that crap.
No.
They're children's children. Again, they grew up. They never knew.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
just crazy grandpa talking his nonsense. Doesn't he understand that? College costs a lot. Doesn't he understand that, healthcare is expensive? Don't you understand that they weren't eating?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
They
weren't eating.
And you've had 3 meals today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about.
Have you noticed how many people run from these communist countries and come to America? Legally, by the way, come here to get away from true oppression. That's why there's so many Venezuelans that are here in America or in Florida. That's why the Rick Scott and what's our other guy, Rubio, are so invested in this Venezuela crisis because we have so many Venezuelans that live here. That's why we're very invested in Cuba because we have so many Cubans here.
The only thing that have you heard about what they're trying to do with drugs? Rick Scott is
what?
It's no good, man.
Yeah,
they're trying to get drugs from other countries like Canada and stuff.
Yeah.
The problem is there's socialistic price controls on all their drugs. So they're trying to bring socialist. I mean, they're not trying to. They probably just don't understand this.
Yeah.
They're trying to make drugs cheaper, right? But ultimately, what they're going to do is bring in price controls, which always leads to shortages.
Yeah.
So
Marco, stop being. I
don't know if it's Marco, but it's definitely Rick Scott.
Yeah.
Freedom Works actually tweeted about that, and
Gotcha.
I retweeted them, and they liked my
Rick.
retweet. They liked my retweet.
Come on, Rick. I like Rick.
Well, I sent it directly to him.
Come on, Rick. You gotta be better.
No,
than that.
I'm saying, it's just.
Come on,
I
Rick
think
Scott.
it's a matter of not understanding.
True. Now back to the point though.
Anyway,
the left for years told us how good socialism was, how amazing it was. Socialism took the third most powerful.
Sean Penn went to Hugo Chavez.
Yeah.
And hailed him as a hero of the people.
Yeah. Bernie's gotten really quiet about this, but Bernie, up until a couple years ago, was saying how amazing and extolled the virtues of socialism in Venezuela, which he's ironically quiet about now.
I mean, he honeymooned in Bolshevik Russia.
Now,
he loves.
Now, I want you to pay attention how much the left is actually talking about Venezuela. They're not. They won't even touch it. You know why? Because the moment they open their mouth, they're going to be like, aren't you advocating for the same thing here in America?
Did you see?
This is my favorite button today.
Yeah.
I'm hitting it a million times.
Did you see any kind of mainstream media coverage of those tanks running over the people?
Nope.
I mean, maybe in passing.
Did you guys? Nope. No, you had to look for it on YouTube. Weird.
Yeah, that's
Independent
where I saw
journalism.
it. That's where I saw it. And it wasn't a clip of CNN. It was just a clip of it actually happening.
From a real person.
Brutal.
Crazy. But they're on the wrong side of Venezuela. Let's talk about some other foreign things that are going on. Anybody feel like they're on the wrong side of Israel? I mean, now here's the thing. No one should be shocked at this point. When you have Representative Miss Omar from the great state of Minnesota. I say that very, very loosely. But anyways, you got Representative Omar from Minnesota, who's clearly anti-Semitic. Clearly. By the words she says, by the text messages, by the Twitter. She's multiple accounts. She does not like the Jews. She hates Jews. She literally hates Jews. And it's amazing how quiet the left is when Hamas, who controls Palestine, continually and repeatedly rockets Israel a lot, all the time, frequently, and which is even more disgusting because they shoot the rockets from, what, hospitals and stuff?
Yeah, they set up their rocket launchers in hospitals, in schools, soft civilian targets.
Yeah.
So that after, a good 100 or so rockets, and Israel has to respond.
Has to retaliate. Has to do something.
To, prevent their people from dying.
Oh, weird.
Then they can turn around and go, look at Israel bombing a hospital in the Gaza Strip. What monsters.
Evil. Those evil
No,
Israelites.
they use their own people as shields.
100%.
And then they make their propaganda videos. It's totally legit that they use the same children in all their videos. They just bloody them up, makeup, and then it's the same kid.
Yes.
It's the same kid.
And if you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, which you should, make sure that you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I love the TikTok love's going on right now.
Oh, yeah,
I'm loving this, man. We love you guys. Switch over to YouTube, though. You get the full show. You can see all the cool effects and so on and so forth. Make sure you subscribe, and share. But I put up a post that kind of epitomizes what's actually happening in the region. Hamas sets up a rocket in a hospital, shoots it multiple times over to Israel, and the one time Israel retaliates, the entire media jumps on it and says, oh, those evil Israelites. Mm-hmm. Those evil Israelites.
Well, they're just working with Hamas.
100%.
They're just waiting for the opportunity to defame Israel.
And
and it's not, and we're not here saying that the state of it, that any state, that any government is
righteous or
holy and righteous and unblemished in their record.
BB's got BB's got some skeletons in the closet.
I'm sure
he does.
He does. And I'm sure that yes, we can talk about all that stuff.
Sure.
I've got people making arguments that whenever they made whenever they made an attempt at peace with the Palestinians, it was always, just a ridiculous, offer that they couldn't take. I can't speak to that. I haven't done the research.
Yep.
So I don't know. But that doesn't change the fact that they are legit pelted by rockets constantly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't change the fact that when you go into Israel proper, Palestinians, Egyptians, whatever, Arabs, and Jews, living in peace.
Yep.
SodaStream is an Israeli company.
No way, SodaStream?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hawthorne Bjornsson, he's sponsored by those guys.
And I remember Scarlett Johansson got in trouble a while back because she did a thing for SodaStream, and they were like, "How can you support these, monstrous Israelis?" Well, you know what? Just look at the people who work at. It's an Israeli company owned by an Israeli man, but they got Palestinians working there. There's Arabs working there.
Yep.
Just fine.
Crazy.
Nobody gives a crap.
Yep.
Waze is an Israeli company. If you use the GPS program, the traffic program Waze, it's an Israeli company.
What? It's like the Jews.
Arabs and Jews
all
working together, just fine.
No jihad in there?
No.
Oh, weird. That's crazy.
Then you go to the Gaza Strip, which Israel took, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, after the 6-Day War.
Yep.
after, what was it, like 6 countries came together
Yep.
to try and annihilate Israel.
Yeah.
And then Israel somehow won that battle, drove them all the way back to the capital of Lebanon, I believe.
Beirut,
and then,
yes.
Yeah, and then receded back all the way back and just said, we're going to take the Gaza Strip because it was ours ancestrally anyway.
Yeah.
And that's all that we're going to take. We could take Lebanon. We could take your entire country if we wanted to, but we're not going to because that's not what we're doing.
That's what we're about.
That's not what we're about.
No. To this point of this whole situation, here's the magic thing, and this is the analogy, because he's the plausible, I'm the foolishness on the show. Like, here's the deal. This reminds me of a YouTube video, okay? There's a YouTube video of a girl bullying a boy, and literally she's punching the kid in the face like 6, 7, 8 times. And eventually, guess what the boy does? He stands up, doesn't hit her, pushes her to the ground in defense. And she freaks out as if he did something wrong. She's like, oh my gosh, get the teacher! Get the teacher! This is what Palestine is. At some point, you're going to stand up, and here's the problem. I don't even fault the Palestinian people. I don't fault the Palestinian people.
Oh, they've been indoctrinated since birth.
You know what I fault? Hamas. And the funny thing is, the media will never acknowledge Hamas. They always say the Palestinian people, the kids of Palestine. What about Hamas? That oppresses the people that live there. That shoot the rockets. That set up the rockets in places they shouldn't be in.
That take their children, strap bombs on them, and send them rushing for the fences.
Yeah.
You know? And do the same thing with their women.
Weird.
You know? And,
crazy.
what was I going to say?
It's in their charter to destroy the Jews, too.
To drive them into the ocean.
It's in their charter. To kill Jews. But the mainstream media will never tell you that.
Oh, and here's the thing. You people talk about the treatment of the Palestinians by the Israelis. Okay?
Yeah.
Did you know that there are Palestinian refugees in Jordan?
Shut up.
Yes.
No
there
way.
are whole communities of Palestinian refugees in Jordan.
Okay.
And that isn't to say that isn't even to realize that Palestinian isn't like an ethnic group.
Yeah.
You know, they're Arabs.
Yes.
Okay. Palestine is a word that was set up by the Romans.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's not. I mean,
that's a whole different
whole
thing.
ball of wax.
There are refugees in Jordan, Palestinians, whole communities of them. They're treated terribly by the Jordanians.
Where's the coverage?
Terribly. Nobody cares about that.
Where's the coverage? Oh, it doesn't fit the
You
narrative.
know why? It's because Israel's a democracy, or really you know, they're a symbol of freedom.
Freedom?
I don't care about democracy. Democracy doesn't work.
Yeah, true.
They're capitalist. They're
Nation.
a capitalist nation. They might even be a constitutional. I don't think
Who
so
knows?
because
Who
they have
knows?
like this whole parliament system that's
Yeah.
really weird. They're a freer people
Okay.
and a capitalistic nation. That's why they're
That's why they're
That's
hated.
why they're hated.
And you know what's funny? The Democrats never talk about that. Because they hate that too. And that's why they're always on the wrong side of things. Guys, my power's going down on this battery, so if you're on TikTok right now, make sure that you switch over to YouTube. Why would they want to switch over to YouTube right now?
Well, we got
Noises?
neat graphics.
Graphics?
You're just missing a portion of the content.
Dude, you're missing a lot of that.
And you can like, share, and subscribe
On YouTube.
on YouTube.
TikTokers, we love
Help
you.
us grow this channel.
Exactly. We love you on Strong One, but switch over to Plausible Foolishness on YouTube. See you later, Capital. You were hilarious, Capitalist Works. We appreciate you on the feed. We're going to cut you off. Now, back to the point. Democrats. It's interesting that the Democrats have nothing positive to say about Israel. Mm-hmm. And they're on the wrong side of this. They're on the wrong side of Venezuela, the wrong side of Israel. And you know what's funny is, I think they're just on the wrong side of most foreign affairs, to the point where they're on the wrong side of the border as well. No pun intended. Should we throw them on the other side of the border? No, I'm just kidding. But they're on the wrong side of this as well.
Yeah.
They told us all of last year that the migrant crisis was a hoax. It was made up. Wasn't real. MS-13 isn't real. They're just cute, cuddly. What did
They have the spark of divinity.
spark of divinity in them, right?
Spark of divinity. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy Pelosi. You're
Oh my gosh.
so amazing, Nancy. So amazing.
I know what our thing for Nancy's gonna be.
Yeah.
For Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, because we all know our friend Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, I love her so much.
Anyway, the Crypt Keeper.
The Crypt Keeper.
Good friend Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy. Fancy Nancy. Good old Fancy Nancy.
Yep.
She said they had the spark of divinity. And these are the people that are mutilating and killing people, interestingly.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Here's the funny thing. They're completely wrong. And now they're actually owning it. That, maybe there are too many people coming across the border.
Really?
Maybe. Well, softly. They're
Yeah. I mean, the wall
They're not
is
calling
still
it a myth anymore.
The wall is still a mortal sin.
It's still evil, but
Yeah,
we'll
but,
allow it.
But okay, there might be a little bit of a problem. With,
Might be.
With like illegal immigration and gang violence
Yep.
and the drug trade and illegal immigrants killing American citizens or something. Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
But a wall?
Yes.
That's just because you hate Mexicans.
Yeah, no. It's because we love freedom and we love America and we don't want terrorists.
We
slipping
respect the
through cracks.
sovereignty of our nation
Gosh forbid.
and the sacred duty of one of the few sacred duties of the government, that is to protect the people of this country.
You're not libertarian enough, bro. Just let them roam in. Roam in and
Yeah, I
roam
don't
out.
understand the logic train that leads us to open borders I guess it's just
It's freedom. I mean, you don't need fences or windows, man. People should be able to come freely into your home and
guess
go.
it's
And freedom, bro.
you know what? It's
Road warrior.
just a short-sighted
Yes.
view, because I understand it's freedom. We don't want the government in our lives, right?
Uh-huh.
And so the border is just government in our lives.
Sure.
But they don't understand is the culture clash.
Mm.
Or what they're not considering, let's say, is
Sure.
the culture clash.
Sure.
And that's what you're seeing in Sweden.
Sweden?
with the
Finland?
with the
Oh, wait,
the
you can't
Muslim
you
immigrants.
can't call Finland Scandinavia. Can't call it that.
Oh, really?
It's not technically Scandinavia, but
Really?
it's a Nordic country, which
Yeah.
is the same concept.
Yeah, the Nordic countries
I heard it a lot
have
from-
taken in all these Muslim immigrants, and they coalesce into neighborhoods, and they want nothing to do with becoming Swedish.
And what's the funny thing is they increase.
Now,
the crime
granted,
rate.
at the same time, in Europe, what makes you Swedish is being of Swedish descent.
Yeah.
Whereas in America, what makes you American is taking on the ideals and the values and the principles of America.
Would that be the
And suddenly,
Constitution?
you're an American.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Cray. Out of many
But
one.
we are seeing the
Out of
same
many
problem in
ones.
Minnesota.
Oh, weird.
We have a bunch of
Omar's from there.
Somali immigrants that have pulled together, and we're seeing larger numbers of crimes there. And we're seeing, in the name of Allah,
Yeah.
we see honor killings and things like that. We see anti-Semitic women being elected to office.
Oh, weird. Like Ilhan Omar?
Yeah, that's exactly who I'm talking about.
Wrong style.
Yeah, and that's the culture clash that they're missing. Like.
Well, and here's the thing they're missing is, what do real Americans think about this? What do real Americans believe about that?
We were talking about the libertarian, why
Oh,
the
yeah,
libertarian
yeah.
wants to open borders.
But yeah.
They're missing out on that culture clash that will happen when there's whole countries of people out there who do not agree with the tenets of Western civilization.
But they'll take the
and
spoils
want
of it.
to do anything that they can to bring it down.
But they'll take the spoils of it. But
They'll
they'll try to destroy
they'll
it.
take the spoils of it to fund their jihad.
No way. Care? Anyways, Shocker. But yeah, so here's the deal. So
I mean the indicted co-conspirator
No.
in the World Trade Center bombing?
no, it's crazy.
Oh,
what?
okay.
That's just a conspiracy theory. Speaking of CARE, you know what's funny is CARE didn't come out and condone the Philly kids either. And the funny thing is this, the Philly kids, if you're not familiar with the story, so not only are the left completely on the wrong side of Venezuela, Israel, the border, in a mosque in Philadelphia, and no, I didn't say where some Middle Eastern, not Beirut, Lebanon, not, I don't even know cities in Iran, I'll be honest with you, my geography. Tehran, Iran. From Tehran, Iran, the Iron Sheik. No, like we're not talking about this. We're talking about Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Wasn't that the first capital of the United States of America? The very first one? Interesting.
Yes,
Weird.
it was.
It's like
The city of brotherly jihad.
No. Brotherly love.
What?
Brotherly love. The first capital. And it's almost like they're following the Quran into submission and taking over. But anyways, here's the cool thing. They had a kids pageant in a mosque. You know those like cute little kid pageants that like you put on for kids and they're like, Jesus loves me, this I know. Like stuff like that, right?
And they were singing like God Bless America.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Actually, no. They were singing, we cannot wait to oppress the Jew and we will drive them out of Jerusalem and we'll cut their heads off.
It didn't actually say Jerusalem. It said Al-Aqsa.
Oh.
Here's a little tidbit of information for you. Al-Aqsa means Jerusalem.
Oh, so they meant the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. They just call it Al-Aqsa.
Gotcha. So CARE, which was founded because some people did some things. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's because some people did some
Even
things.
though it was founded
9/11.
many years before 9/11, but whatever.
But anyways, moving on. They didn't come out and condone this. It's weird. They didn't come out and stop this. They didn't come out and say, hey, we probably don't want little kids on stage singing that we're going to bathe in the blood of our enemies and cut off their heads in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But you know what's funny is no one in the mainstream media picked it up. The only people that picked it up was like Fox News. You know, that wackadoodle Fox News. An independent journal. It's weird.
And then, all over the internet.
Weird.
But if you post it,
oh yeah, I got in trouble.
You might get in trouble.
I got in trouble on TikTok. I got a community strike for a whopping 4 hours because they thought I was perpetrating what they were saying.
Well.
In fact, well,
most likely some dare I say a douchebag.
Oh, what, in San Francisco?
Yeah, probably.
He's like, oh my gosh, he's exposing these kids. I gotta stop him.
Yeah.
Community violation.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad
Reported
man.
it, and then they automatically whatever.
Yeah. Well, I raised a big stink.
Yeah.
I made another video asking why TikTok was defending hate speech because I wasn't. I was actually exposing it and calling it disgusting like I did in my video. You can check it out on TikTok or our Instagram or Facebook or any of the media forums that we have. I don't think I put it on Twitter, but you can check it out there.
Yeah.
Long story short is they put me back on. Weird. I got back on there, and it's one of the most popular new videos I just put up. But it literally shows kids singing about lobbing off Jews' heads.
Or the infidels' heads.
The infidel.
And if you don't know, we're all infidels.
If you ain't down with Allah, you an infidel.
Yep.
And this is what they're teaching kids. And then, gee, golly, they wonder why we're a little concerned. What's going on? Why we're concerned about Representative Omar.
This isn't video. It looks like it's video straight out of,
Palestine.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Or Iran. Or Saudi Arabia.
Afghanistan.
It's not.
Philadelphia.
It's in Philadelphia.
There's your neighbors.
This is in our country. Our country that's supposed to be about tolerance.
Oh, I thought it was about submission, like the Quran says. No? Oh, weird. Interesting. But where are the Dems with the outrage that Jews were getting their heads cut off? Oh, wait. The Dems are proving more and more that they're very anti-Semitic, and they don't care about us anyways.
Yeah.
They really want to cozy up to that Sharia law really bad. They want that submission because they want power. And that's the most disgusting thing. And they won't call out a kids pageant with Jews getting their heads cut off. That's the crazy thing. And that's disgusting. We'll probably get kicked off YouTube for this or whatever, but I am denouncing this because it's complete evil and it's completely sick. Mm-hmm. What else are the Dems on the wrong side of recently? Gee, I wonder. Let's see.
Free speech is out the door.
Oh yeah, free speech. You can't say that because you get kicked off of TikTok. That's not good. You got Alex Jones kicked off. You got Paul Joseph Watson and Laura Loomer all kicked off in Milo Yiannopoulos as well in the same day. But this is how they covered it. They covered their trail. Well, we kicked off Louis Farrakhan because for a long time we've said, hey,
All
listen,
the while calling him far right.
far right, which is great. Louis Farrakhan, who happens to agree with the Philadelphia kids.
He does.
It happens to agree
He
with.
does. But he also agrees with the DNC
Yeah, it's weird.
in many ways.
Didn't
He's not far. Oh my gosh, man!
Didn't-
I am so sick of their characterization of the
far
right.
right? Yeah, it's great.
It's
Didn't Obama get pictures
disgusting.
with Farrakhan?
Oh yeah.
Didn't a lot of the Democratic what's her face, Kamala's a big Farrakhan fan, isn't she?
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's cozied up with him too. But you don't hear that blowback. It's interesting. But they throw it on the set. They get rid of Farrakhan, even though Farrakhan's just as rooted in the DNC as possible. He's on the wrong style of a lot of things. But here's the thing. No one on the right has called for anybody to be shut down with free speech. I want idiots like Farrakhan on free speech. I want people to hear the stupidity that comes out of his mouth. I want them to hear that. I want people to hear that he calls Jews like pigs or something or whatever he calls them. I want them to hear it so they can hear the hate and understand that this guy's a complete idiot. He's a wackadoo.
And you know, with free speech, you're gonna get some people who actually believe him, who actually fall in line with his thinking. Well, he already has those people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And yeah, he can get more, but is he Billy Graham in it? In major,
No.
Is he filling up arenas with these people all over the country? No.
He's just doing private meetings with Barack Obama behind everyone's back. But, we won't talk about that.
And has his Nation of Islam church with other wackadoos. Mm-hmm. Well, we know where they are.
Yeah.
And for all his bluster, it's just been bluster.
Yeah.
It's been a bunch of hot air.
Yeah.
So let him say it. You silence them, and you make them credible.
Yeah, basically.
How many more people will he draw to his cause?
Oh, they coming after
you've
Farrakhan,
silenced
man.
them.
Well, Snoop Dogg's mad. Snoop Dogg was mad Farrakhan got taken off.
Seriously?
Snoop Dogg. Oh, yeah, dude. Look it up. Look it up. Rubes, look it up.
Or is it Snoop Lion?
Whatever. I don't really know what his name is. He's complete jackhole, but it is what it is. Anyways, but yeah, so Alex Jones.
His brain is fried, so.
Yeah, listen, they've been trying to get rid of Alex Jones from Jump because Alex Jones literally helped Trump get elected. I'll be real with you. I mean, he did a good job of that. Like, they're going after Paul Joseph Watson, who's not even an American. He's a British guy. But guess what? He's got a lot of truth on a lot of things he says. I don't agree with a lot of things he says.
Really?
Paul Joseph? I'm like 60-40 on Paul Joseph.
I hadn't actually heard anything that but I don't watch him often.
Well, they kicked him off, and then even Trump actually specifically named Paul Joseph in one of his tweets twice because Paul Joseph Watson getting kicked off is actually hilarious because the only thing he's ever done is ask why the religion of peace does the things it does. That's all he's asking. You know what I mean? And left-leaning people on the wrong side always question Christianity that way. But, I'm going to have to deal with
that's
this.
okay.
Yeah, we're okay with it because I'm going to rebut a lot of the things that are popping up on TikTok.
Well, that's another thing that they're on the wrong side of.
What?
Their relationship with Christians. They don't talk about the Christian genocide around the world.
Why would they?
Because...
Oh, wait, they would validate what's going on.
Well,
with
I mean,
them.
it all started with them. I mean, wasn't it during the
Easter worshipers?
No. Before then, it was a DNC convention.
Oh, they want to get rid of.
And then they voted to get rid of God
and people
from
clapped.
their thing, and people were like, "Woo!" And then they wanted to make take a revote because the leadership was like, I don't think this is a great idea. And the people were livid. They were like, no, we don't want God in our platform.
Well, it's obvious in their policy, too, that you don't want God.
Oh, yeah. But the leadership were afraid to actually, make that opinion known.
Oh, weird. What? They want to operate in shadows?
They used to.
Oh, Takia, what? Oh, wait, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. What? It's like there's a theme coming together here. It's
Right.
like weird, kind of crazy.
But yeah, they don't mention the Christian genocide. You know, I mean, though ISIS's goal in Iraq and whatever was to obliterate Christian communities. So much so that the Christian communities ended up having to build their own army to fight them,
Yeah.
to defend their lives and their homes.
And the funny thing is this is
And that's just one. I mean,
yeah.
that's not to mention the Easter worshippers murdered in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
You know, and it's happening all over the place. The most persecuted people group in the world is not an ethnicity; it's a religion, and it's Christianity. Now, it does just so happen that the second one is pretty close in numbers, and that's Muslims.
Oh, weird.
And it's got to be white people that's doing it.
Of course,
right?
white people. Wait a minute.
It's definitely white people. It's white supremacy at work.
Yeah, but most of these Muslim nations don't have white people in them. Sorry.
That's weird.
So weird.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, and then now it makes sense. The real reason that Muslims are the number 2 is because other Muslims are killing them.
It's weird.
It's Muslim on Muslim violence.
It's like Islam is like they kill their own
yeah,
people.
you're not Muslim enough,
Kill 'em.
and thus you must die.
Kill them.
That is that's the go-to.
I kill you.
The go-to is murder.
But we don't talk about that because, you know,
but religion of peace.
religion of peace. Anyways, but yeah, so I mean, it's interesting that how wrong they are in Christianity. They don't acknowledge Christianity. But the moment that Christians actually do Christian things, they cite this pseudo-Christianity that I've never seen in the Bible. For example, our Democratic representative out of, was it Philadelphia is he from as well?
Well, who are you talking about?
The guy who went to the abortion clinic and said, and harassed,
yeah, I think it is in Philly.
it's
Yeah,
like
Dave
Philly's,
Sims, I
it's weird.
believe his
It's like
name
Philly's
is.
going to hell really fast. You got the kids
Well, the birthplace of
chopping off heads, and that's cool. And then you got the guy defending the place where they literally crush heads.
Yep.
If you want to die, go to Philly. It ain't Rocky anymore, kiddos. But they got a great Philly cheesesteak.
I mean, that's the birthplace of freedom, isn't it?
So that's where it needs to die too, I guess,
Yep.
huh?
Yep.
Weird.
Gotta take it out there first.
But yeah, so this representative goes out and literally tries to dox. He's a represent. He is a elected official going up to his constituents,
Teenage girls
teenage girls.
who aren't even, they don't even have signs.
Nope, they're just praying,
They're just praying.
and he's offering $100
Praying to their God,
That's
to our God,
to the God,
to the God,
the God, the God. But yeah, go.
for the children being murdered and for the women going in there to do it.
Yep.
That sounds like compassion to me.
Well, according to
Well,
him,
granted, they could be praying that they die a horrible death,
Oh,
but I
okay,
don't think that's what
nah.
was happening, actually.
no. But according to this representative, they were doing something very unchristian.
And then he calls for them to be doxxed. Calls for, find out who these people are.
I'll give you $100.
Give you $100 if you can find their address and stuff. Psychotic. Psychotic. And illegal, I would say.
Very. But, you know, he's an elected official, so they're a different class.
Well, no, not even an elected official. He's a Democrat. So,
Democrats don't get in trouble for anything.
yeah.
Ask Hillary. But anyways, we digress.
Ain't that the truth?
Long story short is this, it just seems like there's a narrative going along, and the narrative's very simple. We could do a million different topics. We could talk about socialism, we could talk about economics, we could talk about anything. But the long story short is this. The left is obsessed with the wrong side. They really want to be on the wrong side of things. Now, in their mind, they're doing the right thing, which is complete and total destruction of America. They want to destroy the allies of America. They want to destroy anything that resembles America, like capitalism. They want to kill babies.
Tear down
They want to tear it
the
down.
institutions of Western civilization.
They want to bring in groups that are literally designed, Islam, to destroy and submit countries. That's what the whole point of the Quran is. Read it, check it out. It might say some things. But my point is this. If somebody's been on the wrong side, how do they not know that they're on the wrong side? You know why? Because they don't really know who you are. They have no clue what the normal American is.
They don't care.
Well, they don't care, but they don't even know. That's why they were so blindsided about Trump.
It's even worse than that. So you might be thinking, like, how can one party be so wrong on so many things? And the thing is that this is what they've wanted all along.
True.
They've been working at this for 100 years.
Okay.
And it was slow and methodical before. You know? You influence there, a push here, a little nudge there.
Hollywood.
The Overton window gets slid over. You know, Hollywood. We take over culture. We take over academia, and we slowly filter in these propagandize and brainwash the people because they don't like what you think.
No.
They don't agree with you,
Nope.
and they want to eradicate that thought.
Eradication.
They want to eradicate those ideas. They want them gone.
Isn't that from Sharia law? But anyway, sorry, keep going.
They want them gone. Okay? They want you gone. You know, and maybe they don't want you dead, but they don't want you to look and act and think the way that you do now.
According to the Georgia Stones, they do want you dead, though.
No.
Sorry. Globalism. Keep going.
And they'd been working at it slowly. Slowly and methodically over 100 plus years. And then they got Obama elected.
The Messiah?
The Messiah.
The second coming?
And they got that little taste.
Oh, Obama.
They got a little taste.
He's so cool.
They got a little taste of blood.
He shot back.
They thought that they were tasting that free flowing nectar that is the blood, the death blood of capitalism and Western civilization.
I love Obama.
In America under Obama, and that got them bloodthirsty.
He married Michelle.
And then they started pushing everything. Push. That's why it looks like the world's gone crazy. You know, transgenderism. Anti-Israel.
Anti-Christian.
You know, abortion until right up until birth, and maybe even afterwards. You know, all of this madness. It's because they think that they're winning. They think when they tasted
Obama.
when they tasted life under Obama, they thought, this is it, our time has come, and now they're just ramming everything down our throats because they got bloodthirsty, and it's going to destroy them ultimately because they played their hand way too soon. They should have never played their hand. They should have bluffed all the way into a completely oblivious populace that doesn't even know what America is.
Hail Hydra.
You know? Yeah. Yeah. It parallels the Winter Soldier exactly. You know, they hid and they slowly influence, and then they built these giant ships, and they got a taste, and they were like, this is it, this is our end game, we're going to destroy everyone who stands against us, and then Captain America.
America.
Except in our world, Captain America is you, or sorry, that's not you, is you and me and him.
And me too.
Yeah, you can be in it.
Yay.
I guess.
I guess if I have to take you. But yeah,
you're a little darker than I like, but man, so stupid.
So, long story short, groups. Here's the deal, man. Be careful with who you side with on this one, and make sure that you're on the right side of history. Hate to parrot good old Obama. Say hi to Michelle for me. Anyways, my point is this. I didn't say that out loud. I didn't say that. Sorry, man. She's just more manly than me. But anyways,
like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Oh, we love you, Alex. But anyways, I love you, Alex. Guys, it's
good for a laugh.
Dude, listen, it's been a good night. It has been a fun night, man.
I agree.
We got some good things in here. But understand that the Democrats have no concept of what real Americans want. They have no concept really what's right for this country, because they don't really like this country. They want to fundamentally change it, just like my man Matt was talking about. So be cautious when you're getting sucked into these ideas of socialism and anti-Semitism. Hey, we have to say that in 2019. Don't be anti-Semitic. We have to say that now. We have to caution you from Sharia law for some reason. We have to caution you from, gosh forbid, open borders may not be a good thing. And that's the sad thing, is people get sucked into it. And a lot of it's just young and dumb, or I'm in college and I just listen to everything my professor tells me. And sadly, there's a lot of beta boys that jump onto that boat. But here's the beautiful thing. That's why Plausible Foolishness exists. We exist. We are the, what are we, the vaccination, dare I say, for the liberal pathogen that is,
Interesting.
socialism. But are we the vax?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with vaccinations in this case. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, we are that, man. So if you like us, make sure you like, subscribe, and share everywhere. We're digging TikTok right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually digging TikTok. I'm enjoying it a lot more than the other social media platforms. But follow us on Plausible Foolishness. I've got Strong One that I'm kicking everything over to Plausible Foolishness. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, dude, we're everywhere there. YouTube, that's the big deal. Like, if we can get a lot of our followers from the good old TikTok and Instagram and just switch people over to good old YouTube, that's going to help us out tremendously as well. And we're going to work on getting smaller clips and blah, 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 but we'll get to that point. But the only way we can do that is if you take, you help us out a little bit here, man. we got, listen, we love our Patreons, man. If you want to be a fifth degree rube, man, send us your money, man. We have Patreon, man. Send us your money, because that helps us build this platform. It helps us build this stage. It helps us build this microphone that really is going to speak truth to a lot of power that's going the wrong direction. So make sure that you sponsor us.
We would like to expand, We'd like to create more content. We'd like to have time to create more content, because we have the resources to spend that time,
You're so imperialistic. You want to spread. Crazy. Capitalist. But we want to take over the world. So we want to help out, man. We want to help this deal, because at the end of the day, man, like, the passion's this, man. At the end of the day, we're both Christians. We love truth. We love truth. We hate false. We hate things that are false. And long story short, we want to bring that to you guys every single day. And we'd love to do that every single day.
Do we have a verse for the day?
I don't know, man.
Can you think of one?
I can. John 14:6. I am the way. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the light, that no one gets to the Father except through me. And at the end of the day, guys, that's the call of Christianity. Believe in Jesus, because he's the truth, he's the life, he's the way. And we're just trying to guide people in that path, and we're just trying to find that path every single day ourselves. So we appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. Follow us on the Soch. Is that what the kids call it now? I don't know.
If they do, I hate it.
Everybody's saying end game now. You're my end game. Like if it's your person you're gonna marry, you're my end game. But make sure you sponsor us on Patreon. I'm gonna try to revive Matt. Hope you guys have a good week. Peace.